Red Hat Pirates here with the Meta Slang Egghead VegaPunk. I've put together what I believe to be the best VegaPunk deck list in One Piece TCG 8.5. Before we get into the deck, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, hit the bell to turn on notifications, and get at me in the comments. Let me know if you like the deck, hate the deck, or what you do differently. Okay, let's check out VegaPunk. Okay, I turned off the camera, that way we could go through and I could show you guys the cards we're running. VegaPunk, place up to one cost 5 or less character with Egghead type from your hand face up on top of your life or into play, and this leader cannot attack. That costs 1 Don to do that. So we're running a ton of Egghead stuff, and then just sprinkled in a few boss monsters and some 0 costs to help stabilize it a little bit, because we're not running much 2K in this deck. So we got 2 Katakuris. It's one of our boss monsters. We're able to put life. We're able to give ourselves life by utilizing it with this blocker. That mixed with restand kind of goes crazy. And we're also able to take away Eustace Kid from Bonney, which is huge. Gecko from Moria we can put in life. So we're able to remove Big Body and get Big Body on board. And we can also use it as a sustain. Atlas, this card is fire. A lot of people just don't even realize what it does, and they're swinging to it anyways, even in high elo. All the ranked matches I'm showing you guys today are all high elo ranked matches. We got a match against the top 5 Lucci in ranked, a top 100 Bonney, a top 100 Doflamingo, and Purple Luffy. Everything is high elo ranked. But even some of them don't even know what this card does. They're swinging to it. Just weird stuff. This is a really strong card, especially to get out early. Late, it falls off. Edison, this is a nice 2K counter. It's also a nice mill. This is probably the best card in the deck. This card is absolutely fire. You can put it in your life. They had to hit your life, and then you get a blocker. Then they had to hit your blocker. Then it goes to trash. Then you can technically get it back out with Save Me. And, like, this card is insane. I'm sure it gives people nightmares. It's also nightmarish if you, like, get it out, and then the next turn, maybe you swing with it, and then you play out Katakuri, throw it back into life. So then they have to repeat that whole cycle again. And then if you have stand or restand, you can also restand one of your other characters. Like, this card is an absolute nightmare to deal with. Pythagoras, really good card into a ton of decks. Good in Lucci, because you can at least get a 4 cost back on board after he pops one of your characters. Good in Dofi, if he kills your character, at least you're getting something else in play, so you can kind of try to match his board as well. Frankie, this is our 2K, and also if you're at 2 life, if he's your second life and you have him there, you get to play him out and draw a card. That's absolutely nasty. Really good card, and 2K at the same time. So we're running 8 2Ks in this deck. 4 here, 4 here. Luffy, the Rocket Luffy. So you get to play it out, you get to swing it. Then you're pretty much always on 2 life, so it's almost always active. Do remember, though, if you go 3 life, it does not work. It will not KO or draw a card. Lilith, nice searcher. 3 cost. Cheated out with Egghead ability as well. We're running 4 of those. This is how we're finding our stages, or this early, or really anything we need. We can almost, this can search pretty much everything in this deck. It can't search those, but everything except for your 0 cost, your mom, your ace, and that. Bonney, really good card draw. I've had this stay in a Bonney match. I had it stay for the entire match. Like, this card is, if you can get it on the board and you can keep it alive, that means sometimes you just don't swing with it unless you have restand, and then you can restand it if you really need to. Nami, this is one of the better cards in the deck. You can cheat this card out for 1 cost, obviously hit the board, pop something, and then if it happens to die, you can also use Save Me on that as well. And it doesn't just play the trigger, it will throw back out of trash on your board, and then you get to do that cycle as well on the on play. So, like, it's really strong in combination. And it's just a strong card in general as well. And a draw. Linlin, we run the 7 cost Linlin. I feel like when we play this out, sometimes, like, our opponent will pull back and try to be slower or faster. And then it's just like we throw this out and it's like, now I got to give VegaPunk a life, or I got to take a life. And typically they'll give you a life, which that means you just have another trigger in life now. And then if you're playing it out on 8 Don, you can still put something in life or put something on board still. So this is just, I feel like this is a really strong card in VegaPunk. This is a game closer, because I remember VegaPunk can't swing. So a lot of times if you need to close out the game, this is a great card to play down and end the game. I run 4 zero costs. I know that's different from a lot of decks, but sometimes you feel like a no and you hit it on 1 life and it's just nice. It saves you. Especially when you got this. Like, you have a lot of potential of being saved by something. It's also, if you get bricked up with any of this and you just don't need it, it's lovely. It can also be used on this. So, like, we run 3 stages here. A lot of people are only running 2, but we really want to see stage every time. But to offset that negative aspect of it, of just having a brick in your hand that does nothing except for being like Nami food, now it can be zero cost food too in a deck that is very limited on 2K. This saved me a couple times, and it also saved me just by using it as the 3K counter. I like it a lot in there. I feel like it adds some consistency. And then we have 2 more searchers, just 1 cost searcher. So we're running 6 searchers in total. If you're going second, sometimes you can play this out and this, and you just grab a couple cards that you want. This card's fire. I can see an argument being made for running 3, but I just ran 2 of them. I feel like it feels pretty good at 2, to be honest, because you find it normally out of your searchers. And then this card I ran 3 of. More than that, it's just you get too many of them in your hand sometimes, and it's a dead card. So, but you really want to see 1, and you really want to see it kind of early. So I run 3. That mixed with 6 searchers, we normally find it relatively early. I've played this deck a few different ways. This felt the most consistent to me out of every way I've played it. But let's check out some games. They're all high elo games, as I said. We're going to start it off with a Lucci. Alright, here we see Lucci. We got quite a bit of Nami in our hand. Okay. So we'll deploy a Lilith. We'll see a blocker or a Pytho. We decided to go with that, since we know we can get our 3 costs back out later on. He'll hit us. We'll go trigger. We got 3 on board already. He should not have swung at us. Some people just don't understand VegaPunk. We'll clear that just so he doesn't have the extra swing into board. And then we'll just start swinging at life. Cheat out another Lilith. So now we're already 4 wide. We're assuming he can possibly get rid of maybe 1, possibly 2, probably only 1 though. We'll counter that. Give up a Nami. He gets Rebecca out. He doesn't get any of them popped. So that, and we see that he has a Gecko and trash. Now we're going to be able to put some damage on now and still get something out. We blow up the Rebecca. And now it's just time to swing. Go 5, 7. We get to go 7 and then 7 again. And we got him to 1 health already, which is huge. Now he's got to think about what he swings at. We're not giving him anything on board. Not from leader swing. We're going to force him to pop anything he takes, he's going to have to pop. Does get the Ice Age down. Looks like he'll be able to clear 2 bodies. Gets them both. Now we still got 2 swings. And we can get rid of the Rebecca. So we pop that. Now we're on 7. Could throw Mom down. I think we're mathing some different things, some different possible plays that we can make. He's got all 4 Rebeccas in trash. We swing 7. We see what he does. He gets some counter out of hand. We know that he'll take this next one more than likely. And we can possibly play something out. Yeah, so we'll swing 5. He does 2. So we'll get another card out. Because typically Lucci clears 2. So we're hoping he can't clear the third. We will counter. Does clear 2. We finally see our restand. Unfortunately, it's a bit too late for that. We'll trash probably a mom and possibly save me or restand. Yeah, we it's a bit late for restand. I don't think we're planning on playing it next turn, so we'll get 10 down. We can put a mom down here and force him to probably give us life. And then we can still get a swing in and probably take his last life. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And then we still get to swing and cheat something out. So he'll probably... Yeah, we figured he'd take that. He didn't, but it's fine. We can still cheat out a Pytho, or... we could also blow up one of his cards and get some card draw with that Nami. Could put Please Save Me up top life. There's a lot of different potential plays here, and that's the one we make. Put Please Save Me up top life. That way we know that he can't beat us this turn. Some of the other plays we would have potential. All right, he just gets a jack out and pops that. So we know no matter what now, we can get him to 0 life. So probably play that out, and we'll get our free card draw. See what we can draw. We get an ace, so we can't play ace because of the 3 life. So what we can do still is potentially Nami this turn and stop him from getting that extra swing, even though we're killing a Lucci, or we can Pytha. Actually, we can do both, I believe. I don't think we used leader ability yet. So we can deploy that and deploy... we'll deploy Rocket Luffy over Nami just in case. I think it's just in case he throws a blocker down or what have you. We're not really worried about taking shots to life. Yep, he did throw a blocker down. There's nothing we can do about that one, but we have the game locked up. He can only block 1 attack, and then we win. That's game. Next, we got Doflamingo. So we get a little bit of mill here to start off. We'll get rid of a 0 cost and potentially a searcher. Or we could get rid of both zeros, but probably the searcher. It sucks getting rid of the searcher. Oh, we get rid of the ace. I can see an argument made for that as well. We'll swing 5, and then we'll get restand out. We'll be able to restand it, and then we can still cheat out our... Yep, there we go. We've seen exactly what we wanted to see. The card that he can't kill. And unfortunately, we get another one of those, but that's the 0 cost fodder at this point. We'll get a search off. We do see Rocket Luffy. We could get him or 2K. Really just depends on what we want to do. We know he can't kill our swing, but we can limit his swings. Honestly think we're going to end up putting the blocker up there, so I can see we may have maybe should have taken the 2K, but we still have a 0 cost, so we're sitting fine. Yeah, I knew the blocker was going in life, and then we stand. Yep. Okay, and then it's on him. So he can only swing lead. He's gonna bounce. He'll probably bounce that back. Yeah, he does. Not a very nice guy. We could block this and then take the next one, but he's gonna be swinging 3 times, so. Well, we can't block it, but I meant counter. He's swinging 3 times. Could probably give. We'll just take. We took them both, and then we can block out of the last. Yeah, that's fine too. It ended up being a shaka, so that's really nice. Now we got a mom, but we can't use it yet. We gotta put something in life. And we have an egghead Luffy that we can probably play out. So probably we can swing board. Or we can just clear board and put 1 in life. That doesn't look great to do though, because he's got 2 swings. Okay. Oh, we got blockers though. Yeah, we're good. And we can put that in life, I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We got 2 blockers, as long as he doesn't have another grab blade. Another play we potentially could have made was play out Rocket Luffy and blow up 1, and then. But still, that was they're yeah, not very different. Okay, and then he'll swing life. We can get a card on board. We're thinking. I don't know if we really want to go to 0 here, or do we want to give blocker here? And we'll go to 0, but we know we have 7 cost mom, and we know we can get 1 in health. And then we still have 2 blockers. And we have we hit on the please save me, which is huge. So that's going in life for sure. Please save me to life. We can deploy that, pop the blocker. Yep. And then we can try to clear board. We will clear board. Unless he has 2 2Ks. And he could. And then we'll swing that one. And then we'll just restand him. And we'll put please save me in life. Yep. And then we can restand. He has to swing lead. So if he swings lead, we play blocker. And then if he swings again, oh, he doesn't even swing his other ones. Okay. So now we have a Katakuri potential play to where we put our blocker back in our life again. So we can technically swing our blocker and do that, or we can play out mom. We can go to 3 life here by doing these things. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to swing blocker because we plan on putting him in our life, I believe. And then we can swing 7. So we got to swing 6, 7. The only bad thing that comes... Well, we get to restand that, so it's not even really bad either. Because his life's going to go to 2. Ours should go up to 3 here. Looks like he's thinking about whether or not to take it. I'm assuming he will. He does. So we get out the old Katakuri. Can play that, add that to top, and then we can add Lilith to top as well. Yep. And restand. So he has to swing life. We get Lilith, so we're going to get card draw, so we can probably find a 2K. And then we have our zero cost and our save me still and a blocker. Yeah, we're setting pretty good. So we're going to be able to survive this for sure. Okay. He got rid of our Katakuri. That kind of sucked. We kind of wanted the swing, but it's okay. We'll zero cost out of that one. And then we'll just play our blocker. And then we can... we have a blocker still there, so we can actually take it. Get another blocker on field. And then we draw into the other blocker, so that's kind of huge. So here, we can play out Mom. Because he's going to be scared, so he's going to give us life. And if he doesn't, we can try to end. So we'll swing 7. He gives us all his counter. So now Mom has to come down. Mom comes down and we clear board. I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to swing in the board. If he takes this, we go for game, obviously. Him not taking it tells us that he doesn't have the counter. So we can swing into one of the two, and then we can still put a blocker up top, and then we can still restand that blocker. Yep, so we're still good. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 swings. We got 2 blockers, a blocker in life, and then another life he has to take. So yeah, we're still Gucci. We are golden right now. So I think he's thinking of all the ways that we just beat him. We're still setting on another Mom. So that's potentially more life, depending on how he plays. And what the board state looks like after. Because if he can get both of our blockers, maybe he grab blades. We'll see. Let's see what he does. Okay, he swings 6 into that. We'll just have to give that up. And now I can only swing life, which gives us more swings. Okay, he bounces that back to our hand. Alright. The one thing we know we got to watch for is perfume. So if he gets us to 0, on a potential next turn or whatnot. So now we technically have another Mom we can play down, and if he takes that, then we know we can just finish the game. So we'll play it first, which is just going to force him to give us life. He doesn't have a choice. So he gives us life. Now we don't want to swing Shaka, but we do want to swing Lin, because we're not going to be able to restand Shaka if we put another blocker in our life, which I believe is the plan. So we'll just attach that, get him down to 1, and then put a blocker in our life. Yep. If we swung that because we went up to 4 health, we wouldn't have been able to restand it. Okay. Counter out of that with a 1K. He'll swing 11 into it. Obviously, he's got it. He doesn't swing anyone else. We do get a Lilith. We may be able to see a Nami off of that. So it may be worth playing out Lilith. Or Bonney. Bonney or Lilith, really. But maybe both of them. Yeah, there you go. There's the Nami. Yeah, boy. We probably could have got away with just playing Nami and really ended. But looks like we'll just swing 8 because we didn't do what we were going to do. I think maybe we should play out Nami anyways. But we had at the top just to be extra cautious. We took all his life. We know we have this game won. The game's over next turn. So we just slow played it. Because his blocker's dead. Yeah. We can still kill 1 and we got 3 swings. So, unless he's got some form of red rock. And then he swung life. So, like, at that point, I just feel like he said, yeah, enough's enough. So he gives us a full board. Yeah, and then he says, yeah, enough is enough. I am done. He was setting on perfume. That's the one win condition he had if he got us to 0, and we knew that. So, yeah, so we thought about that. And we'll go next. Who we got? We got Purple Luffy. Okay. So we see our stage right off the rip. That's fantastic. We can deploy a card out. We'll deploy that out there. It's not the greatest in this matchup because he aggressively takes his own life, but it's not the worst either, so it's fine. What are we giving up? We're giving up one of our 2Ks, maybe 2 of our 2Ks. Probably should have kept the Frankie and gave the other 2, but it's okay. We'll get our restand on. We'll add our blocker to top life, and then we'll get some swings in. We'll get a 5K and a 7K swing in, and then we can restand. And we restand. We know that he's going to aggressively take life and can swing into that, but we also know that he would have to add Don to his leader to swing into it. And he ain't going to do that because he wants to play out. Yep, Luffy Taro. There he is. So, and he didn't swing in the leader. We see our ace and our mom. Let's see. What are we going to do? We're probably going to swing into Zoro. And he'll give us probably Nami or he'll counter out. Depending on what's in his hand. Can add that guy at top life. Yeah, we'll just swing twice into Zoro, add to top life. Yep. And then restand our 6 this time. Yep. Because we know he's got a Luffy Taro swing, and we don't want to lose our bigger swing. It's the biggest one we currently have on the board, and we want to keep that for a while. We also know he has 0 form of removal except for possibly Kaido. Okay, he takes that out. So he's starting to get a nice board going. We know we're going to have to swing back into Zoro. Maybe. We could play Big Mom here. Could play the Lin Lin. I think that's the plan. Yep. So we swing 6 into that. Play Lin Lin. He'll probably... He may take. Yeah, he does. We can add Frankie to top life and restand. Did we not use leader ability that turn? We may not have. Or I may have missed it. I don't know. I think we didn't. Okay. We will be going... Oh, we didn't because... Yeah, because if we did, we wouldn't have been able to restand. Okay. And he didn't even swing into us on his turn. He's got down Eustace, went up. Yeah, he tried to go wide and tall on board. We do see a Nami. I think we're thinking we can blow stuff up with Luffy. That's what we're gonna. Oh no, we can't. We misplayed right there too. Remember what I told you guys that Luffy don't work if you got 3, and you're so used to having 2, so we hard misplayed right there. And we threw him out on purpose. We knew that he couldn't swing, but we needed to go wide on board. We could have... Nami would have been the actual play there, because we could have actually blown up the Bonney or the Zoro. Probably the Bonney would have been the better move, though. Misplays happen with this deck, especially when you're used to just... You're just so used to being 2 life as this leader. Sometimes you can recover from them, and sometimes you can't. So we'll swing 10 into Eustace. We'll get him off board. We know we can't restand, so we're going to have to play... Yeah, he's going to have to come out. We throw him on top life. We know that this is a rough one, so we put him on top life so we can get him into play if he decides to swing out this turn. And if he doesn't and he wants to give me another turn, that's okay too. Because he's already as wide as he's getting on board. He's got so much good stuff on board. And he can't... Oh, so we see our Katakuri. That's huge. That's going to save us. We can get Eustace Kid in his life. Yep. And then we know we can clear one. There we go. So now he's back to 4 swings total. He's got low hand. So we get a Shaka. That's perfect. So we're going to start chipping away at life now. Yep. We're just going to make sure we get it all. And then we'll deploy that out so we know we have another swing. So if he doesn't have a... Right now, if he doesn't have a blocker, we know that he loses. He's got 4 swings. I have a blocker, Shaka in life and on board. Does Kaido. Pops our blocker. That's fine, though. Got another one. We put him there. And he's got 3 swings. We got 2 blockers and a life. We're fine. Yeah, and he knows it's over. That was GG. And now we got a Bonney. Bonney. So it's important to find restand if you can early into Bonney and your card that she can't kill. Because she's going to sleep something every turn, so you really need your Atlas in order so she can't swing back into it, and you need your stage if you can find it. And we got it. We got them both. Deshank, I believe, is a top 100 or top 200 Bonney. He swings into it, so he doesn't understand Atlas. Happens often, like more often than you would think that happens. And now we get to swing twice. So we're probably going to get card draw. And we know he can't sleep anything. Which is huge. Unless he just he hit a trigger. He hit a sleep trigger. But we did get our card draw. We won't need another Bonney, I don't believe. Think we probably get rid of Bonney. Then we get to swing 7, and then we probably just restand our Bonney, to be honest. Yeah. Because he's going to swing, he ain't going to add Don to his swing, and if he does, then we can use a 2K. This one's looking pretty good for us so far. He freezes them both. That's a good move. And then he swings in the lead. Unfortunately, we get another trigger, so I know he's not happy. We'll probably trash the searcher for sure. And then maybe the searcher in a 2K. Yeah. We see another Atlas. We know we're not really going to need that, I don't believe. He doesn't have nothing on board, though, so we could play it out. Or we're definitely going to put a blocker in life, I would imagine. And then we can just swing our we'll just swing our Bonney. Yep. Get more card draw. And then probably just cheat something else out and go wide on the board, actually. One card of trash. Ace could come in clutch. We don't really need Atlas anymore. We can add the top to life. We could have added the top to life or put it in on board. Either one would have been fine. We'll give the 2K because we want the Luffy in case he gets down a low-end blocker. Your Rose, Rose and Dante's, any of that. Okay, he gets the Krieg out. That card's kind of scary because we know it has double attack. So here he's got quite a bit in hand size. We'll just swing. He'll give us 2K. We'll play out Mom. He'll probably give us life. Yep. And then we can still put something up top life. Or we can get something on board. Probably board. Yeah, we get the Luffy on board. That makes sense. And we can restand it still. We know we'll get a little bit more card draw. Possibly. Yeah, he does see his kid. So now we want to see Kata, but we do have a Mom to swing into it. We just don't want him to see blocker, but that's why our Luffy's on the board. He doesn't even get a blocker out. If he did, we were going to blow it up with Luffy. But now we don't have to. And we're just going to swing really big into this kid. Because we don't want to take the chance that it sticks. Yep. Get rid of that. Make sure we get rid of it. Okay, and then we can... Oh, we were looking at trash. I was like, what is that? Alright, yeah, so we can probably go... Well, he does have Krieg on board if he swings life, but I think we're safe to continue to go wide. We can get card draw or a blocker. We just blocker because we figure if he swings big into Mom that we can save it. We'll take that. We'll just keep the 2K. He gets another kid out. And then he's got a Krieg swing as well. And potentially, if he has a blocker, he doesn't have a blocker, he doesn't swing Krieg. He probably should have, but so we can Kata Eustace Kid. We don't need to swing into him again. We can Kata him, and then we can just go face. Hit him as many times as we can. Gives us another big body on board, which we kind of need. And now we're able to go face. And we can still restand Shaka, so we know you can sleep him, but it's okay. Okay, we can get rid of some card. We can swing again into it with the Luffy. And then probably don't swing the Bonney. Probably keep the Bonney just for future card draw. And we'll put that on top of life. Restand Shaka. Yep. Okay. We're cooking. Because now if he decides to go board, it just makes a spot for our 3 cost at the end of the day. If he goes life, we'll just put it in hand. We also could have put a please save me up there. And used blocker. And then grabbed please save me off of that. That may have been better. He gets the double attack in. We just took it. It's fine. We don't even use the trigger. We know he's got one more swing left. We'll block her 2K out of that one. Gets them all frozen again. Now we know we had to clear Krieg. He's got to die. And we're only going to have one swing if we do that. Unless we play out ace. In the event that he counters out of this, I think is the only way we'd play out ace. He does counter out. So I think we're going to go ahead and... Yeah, we play out ace. We're not letting that live if we can avoid it. And then we'll add that to top of life and restand our blocker. Yeah, and he's done. He knows he lost now. Next up, we got By-Luffy. VegaPunk absolutely slays By-Luffy. This feels like one of the easiest matchups ever. VegaPunk is the absolute By-Luffy annihilator. He's just got so much stuff that just works so well on him. From Katakuri to mom trashing life or adding life to you. To Katakuri being able to put stuff face on his life and then swing into it. Much like Lin from Purple Luffy. Because I feel like Purple Luffy slays BY too. And then we get Nami and we can pop his Luffy's or his Sabos after as long as they don't have unblockable state. We'll just throw that on top. We like to take the old starve out method. He does acquire quite a bit of cards, but we're not going to hit him in hand until we can, or hit him in life until we can develop a full board. By that time, we assume that he will flampe his life out of hand, or out of life. Okay, so he hits us. We can rinse and repeat that same process. We don't really care. Well, we go ahead and throw our big body out now. We know we don't get to use leader ability, but he can either trash that life that's face that he doesn't know what it is, and we hope it's a gecko, or he can give us a life. It's a 2K. That's fine. We'll take that. At least now we know, because if we would have hit him for that life, then he would have got to put what he wanted in life. Okay. He does get his Luffy on board. Now we know we can Nami. We got 2 Namis. We know we can Nami. We have to get rid of the Luffy. Oh, or we can throw it up top, I guess. Okay, and then swing into it. That works too. Yeah, and he took it. And I don't know what we were thinking, but for some reason we were thinking that was a 5. But we can still get rid of him because we're going to Nami him. Oh, yeah, we had to get rid of the Luffy anyways because we were planning on playing Nami out. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. We knew that he couldn't be popped. Good. Like, I know today. He gets Flampe, so now he's pulling his life. Pulls some more. And some more. So he had the cards needed to pull out his life. The only good that came from that is he used 3 2K counters in doing so. He gets Sabo on board. The only thing his Rocket Luffy can kill of ours is Lilith, so that's fine. We're not worried about that. And he does use it for the Lilith, which, again, that's fine. We can technically put it back on board. And I think we will. Or we can put Bonney on board. We put Lilith on board. Bonnie's kind of useless in this matchup anyways. So now we can start taking some cards from him. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to add it to... We're going to swing with Katakuri and Mom. And then we'll still be able to put a Shaka in our life. We gotta start getting some cards from him. There we go. Got him to 5 cards. That feels really good. And here, this should be the Sabo. It's fine. We know he only has 1 real swing now. And we can block it. So his only real swing we block to protect Kata and Mom. And in doing so, we pretty much beat him. He's down to 4 cards now. Chances of him having the counter are kind of slim, but he could still have some. I think we were looking to see what 2K he had used. Kills Lilith again. Swings into the 8. We're going to give him a blocker. Or we're going to counter it. Alright, we can actually counter it. We'll just counter it. Yep. So now we know that we can swing twice again. And we still have blocker. In case we don't get it. So in the event we don't get it, we still have blocker. So we're going to swing 13 and then 13 again. He does have it, but now he's down to 1 card. So we just win next turn. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4K in counter. So if he just swings it as a base 9, we'll counter out. And then we can block out of the other attack. Yep, that's what he did. He did have the Gecko in hand, but he knew that it was over because we were just going to block out. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. What you thought about the games, how lucky I got, or if you change anything. Peace.